Hello there and welcome to episode 4 of what is now officially an AEW save. It is AEW Double or Nothing, which we're doing in February, not in May as usual. But let's move the dates around a little bit just because I didn't want to have to go I've already built my roster, I don't want to have to go 5 months without booking a show. So, we introduced you to the first official AEW commentary team. If you see, we've been experimenting a little bit. Rob Naylor is your main play-by-play, and he has Excalibur and Stu Bennett either side of him. It's a 52 rating. There's going to be a lot of names on this show who might be debuting. They may not be permanent features on this roster. They may just be for the early days, or eventually go somewhere else and come back later, or maybe just not stay here at all. But I'm excited for this show, and I hope you guys are too. If you are, please let me know in the comments down below, and let me also know with a thumbs up and subscribe as we continue this journey through changing the world. And for the first time, we actually have pre-show matches as we kick off with Joey Janela defeating Anthony Ogogo, who's making his debut. Jerry Lynn has come in as a road agent after his ROH contract expired. But Janela picks up the win in 6 minutes with a moonsault foot stomp. Gets a 43 rating, much better than both of the combined ratings. And Ogogo's 19 isn't amazing, but he's also very new in this business. And after the match, he's just sort of frustrated at ringside, and Stu Bennett just calls him over, takes his headset off, takes a step away from the commentary desk, and just whispers something in Anthony Ogogo's ear. What could he have said? And our second and final pre-show match is Hikaru Shida defeating Persephone with the Majino Ichigeki even, sorry. Languages aren't my thing. Just builds up Shida a bit more after her brilliant win when she was teaming with Mayu Iwatani a couple of months ago even now. And unfortunately, Excalibur and Stu Bennett don't work as a pair on commentary. So, we'll try it. It's sticking for this show, but as we said, we're in an experimental phase early in the company's history. We aren't going to find our perfect commentary team on the first go. And this is our next fumble, let's be honest. We get a tag team match as SCU come out, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, and they defeat Mixer Blood of Bandido and Flamita. When Frankie Kazarian pins Flamita with the Wave of the Future, Flamita gets a 51, Bandido a 71, Kazarian a 67 and a 61 for Scorpio Sky. 3 debuts in this match. Flamita gets very good, Scorpio Sky gets great, and Kazarian also gets great. So Flamita's going to help with merch. Kazarian wins and losses a greater impact, but also a large psychology boost, which I like. And Scorpio Sky gets a psychology penalty and a mic penalty. A mic penalty for Scorpio Sky could be damaging for him. We then get another Joshi match featuring another debut, as the DDT team of Konosuke Takeshita and Kota Ibushi take on, well, the Noah team really? Yuji Nagata had a run in Noah in the early 2010s or late 2000s, wasn't it? And of Kenta and Yuji Nagata. If it's not another team, I can't be asked to correct it. But Ibushi is by far the best person in this match. Nagata, you can tell, is getting old, can't quite keep up with the others. Takeshita and Kenta were pretty close in this ratings-wise. 49 for Takeshita and a 54 for Kenta. A 67 overall as Ibushi pins Kenta with the Phoenix Splash. Ibushi is definitely going to be one of the top stars in this early days of AEW. Cody versus Chris Sabin. Goes 21 minutes. It's the longest match on the card so far. And Cody comes out with MJF. It has Brandy Rhodes also, but MJF is part of his entourage. And towards the end of the match, the referee has Cody, and behind Cody and the referee's back, MJF trips Chris Sabin, pulls him down on the ropes, which leaves him perfectly poised for a crossroads. So Cody wins with MJF interference / distraction, but he doesn't know. So MJF is by Cody's side, still being the heel, but Cody doesn't realise it. And in a match which has pretty good chemistry, Mayu Iwatani picks up the upset victory and beats Madison Rayne in 11 minutes 45 with the Dragon Suplex. Iwatani gets a 70, Rayne only a 48. Iwatani is going to be a big focus of this women's division, especially in the early days, because there's not many other options to choose from. Gets a 67 rating. We then get Freddie Prinze Jr. coming out, just being interviewed in the crowd. Oh, no, Freddie Prinze Jr. isn't the interview in the crowd. Freddie Prinze Jr. does come out with a bag, and he stands in the ring and says, "I am honoured to be here today. I've been a wrestling fan all of my life, so when I was called up and invited to be a part of Double or Nothing, it was something I couldn't help but say yes to. And in my hand, I hold the future of this company. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the AEW World Championship." Freddie Prinze Jr. brings it out, holds it up. And of course tonight, there will be 2 number 1 contender matches. Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, and your main event will be for the winner will go on to Fight for the Fallen, to fight for the World Championship against the winner of the Battle Royale up next, which is a chance to give younger, more inexperienced talent a chance to rise to the occasion. I'm excited for this, and I hope you guys are too. Let's get this match started. He goes down, sits by ringside with the belt. And the match comes straight next, and it is Adam Page, Christopher Daniels, not younger but underappreciated, Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Sammy Guevara, Volta, Will Ospreay, and Zack Sabre Jr. And Darby is out first. I can imagine Luchasaurus or Walter goes full on gorilla press and throws him out of the ring, and he just crashes into the barricade. Then I'd imagine MJF is taunting Guevara over the ropes, and Will Ospreay sneaks up behind him and just tosses him over. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are probably teaming up a little bit because we've already seen them as a tag team. And as such, some of the other guys start to team up again, notably Ospreay and Sabre Jr., and they both get eliminated together. Jungle Boy's feet hit the first, that's why he's eliminated first. Which just leaves Page, Guevara, Daniels, Walter, Ospreay, and Zack. And it is Walter out next, as Page clotheslines him out of the ring. In a big shot moment, Walter gets on the floor and just looks around like, "I lost. What?" And he just walks away and he just stares at Adam Page. Zack Sabre Jr. goes next. The union with Will Ospreay has fallen down. They start brawling. Ospreay gets him over the top rope. Christopher Daniels eliminates Sammy Guevara. Adam Page eliminates Will Ospreay, which leaves Page and Daniels. Daniels thinks he's thrown Page over the top rope and he falls away thinking he's won. But he's still on the apron. Buckshot lariat. Deadeye. And Daniels is thrown out of the top rope. Adam Page is going to fight for the Fallen for the world title. And Tony Schiavone comes out and interviews him. Adam Page says, look, he's looking forward to this. This is his new company. It's his chance to break out and show everyone who the Hangman is. And he doesn't mind if it's Omega, his friend, or Jericho, the man who tried to destroy the things he stood for. He doesn't care who it's going to be. At Fight for the Fallen, Adam Page is going to give them the fight of their lives. It's 83 rated promo. Page is a good promo. We all know this. 6-woman tag featuring 2 very young wrestlers very early in their career. As the British team of Mariah May and 2 Scots, Kaylee Ray and Viper, take on Team America, Awesome Kong, Chelsea Green and Roxy. And it is Roxy who picks up the win, pinning Viper with the Code Rock. It's a 48 rating. I mean, Roxy got 27. Mariah May, who also made her debut here, got a 22, but she was off her game. She probably is around that 25, similar to Roxy. There's a lot of potential here in this women's division. We just need to harness it. Mariah May will probably disappear for a few years, run a few tours in Stardom. Roxy may even do the same. She may do some Stardom tours. Kong and Green are probably going to be 2 of the faces of this division in the early days. And I think Kaylee Ray could also be a massive asset to us. Tony Schiavone's in the crowd and he is interviewing former WCW World Heavyweight Champion David Arquette. And you can see there's a slight little bit of trepidation in Tony Schiavone's voice. And David talks to Tony and says, first of all, I wish to make an apology. To you, Tony, I did damage to your career. And to the wrestling fans in general for the things I have done in my past. But that is all past now. And today we are looking at celebrating the future, which is AEW. And I am looking forward to seeing this company grow and blossom. Gets a 60 rating, which is hilarious. This is a professional actor. But David Arquette is in the crowd, essentially drawing the line in the sand between us and WCW. Get an excellent tag team match here, an 80 rated, as the Bucks defeat TH2 when Nick Jackson pins Jack Evans with the Meltzer driver. TH2, once TV starts, they'll probably be able to get a bit of their momentum back, because unfortunately they have just been the good jobber tag team. But 87 for Nick, 86 for Matt is phenomenal stuff from them. 65 from Jack, 59 for Angelico is pretty darn good for them as well. See, they're a good team, but unfortunately they're surrounded by some amazing teams, so they're losing. 80 rating, not too shabby though. And yeah, look, Rob Naylor and Excalibur, and Rob Naylor and Stu Bennett, they're all working well together. It's Stu Bennett and Excalibur who don't work, and honestly, now I actually think about it some more, I can't imagine those two working. A little bit of a surprise for you guys here. We've got the advertisement for Indianapolis and Fight for the Fallen, narrated by Pat McAfee. He talks about, we'll be raising money for charity in Indianapolis, and your host will be Indianapolis legend Pat McAfee. Timing wise, at the start of this mod, he wasn't in wrestling. He joined wrestling in late 2018. There was first talk of him joining WWE. So that's when they introduced him into this mod, and it was actually around April that he signed that contract. But I decided I'd get there first. Pat McAfee is all elite. He will not be a commentator, because him as a commentator is so fucking annoying. Genuinely makes me turn off programs sometimes, having him on commentary. He will not be a commentator in my AEW. He will be a personality though, who appears irregularly and maybe has a match every now and then. And your semi-main event is also... Lucha Bros don't have a chemistry boost. I'm fixing that. I'm sorry, I know I don't like using the in-game editor. I am fixing that because the Lucha Bros should have a chemistry boost. But they pick up the win here, beating Danielson and Castagnoli. Phoenix pins Castagnoli in 22 minutes with probably the Fear Factor or the Phoenix Driver. An 80 rating. We've had 2 back-to-back 80 ratings. Can the main event go even better? No, it can't. The actual wrestling rating was much better. Got an 85. Omega got a 90. Jericho got an 81. So what the hell? Well, it was the commentary. It was Excalibur and Stu Bennett not working together. Let's be honest. Yeah, Kenny Omega's got a Midas touch at the moment. Cody was a good road agent. Kenny Omega's got a poor gimmick, which is a bit of an issue. But either way, Kenny Omega wins, not with the cross-leg Fisherman Buster, with the one-winged angel. A 90 for Omega, 81 for Jericho. They've got great chemistry, so we will probably run this back at some point. And after the match, Adam Page comes out, and they hug, and in Indianapolis, it will be Page versus Omega for an inaugural AEW World Champion. And we got an 80 rating, that's our best show so far, with joint best matches in Lucha Brothers, Danielson, Claudio, and Bucks versus TH2, which, once I fix that chemistry boost on Lucha Brothers, does make me excited for where we're inevitably going to end up, Bucks versus Lucha Brothers. We talk to people to celebrate them. It's Kenny for that insane 90 rating performance. You're awesome. You're not worthless. You're awesome. It's Nick. You're not worthless. And it's probably Jericho for putting Kenny over when he was upset with it. Kenny Omega's very happy, so that's boosting his morale. Jackson's pleased, Jericho's pleased. So financially, we made $368,000, and if you're wondering why the finances have massively skyrocketed, well, the Tony Khan investment arrived, and that wasn't even me and the editor. There was a narrative on January 1st that gave us a shit ton of money. They called it the Tony Khan investment. So, all of that money, when I was like, we're struggling down by 2 million, we probably want to be a bit careful with money, that's all gone. I'm happy. Popularity-wise, I think we might have got a few boosts. We do. The Mid-South goes up to 51, so does the Midwest and the Northwest, and PR and Hawaii both got up to 46, with the Southwest staying at 60, which is where we were today. Interesting. And we do have a media scrum. I don't think we've had any major signings since the last show, so shouldn't be too much about that. But it'll probably still be relatively boring because this game does not understand media scrums. Stu Bennett and, Excalibur and Stu Bennett didn't work. The pairing didn't work as we hoped. We will change some things around. Tony Schiavone's been getting under the skin, if he wasn't ruffling a few feathers, so Mariah May will have to work her way up the ladder. Double or Nothing was a success. It was a huge success. Everyone should be proud. And Kenny Omega won the 2018 Wrestler of the Year. He is definitely the best in the world right now. You don't have a single big star under the age of 30. We have got plenty of young talent. It's up to them to grab the brass ring. Which is true. We are building them up, but it's up to them to take it. Because it is Cody, Jericho, Danielson, and Omega, and probably Castagnoli are the top 5 right now. At the end of May, we may have a few more people coming in, That was a big exodus in terms of WWE. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. If you made it this far, comment your favourite match from the first year, the 2019 year of AEW. Mine is Escalada de la Muertes, Lucha Brothers versus Young Bucks, with a very close second being Moxley versus Omega in the hardcore match. But let me know yours in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!